He was top 10 in blocks before he got injured. So with they rotation with KD and with 4 stars now, one of them is already gonna stay on the floor. They had a short rotation, and then with KD getting hurt was a gift for them. They actually learned how to integrate them role players we thought they was missing. But actually, they still finished with the best record in the league, and they still had the number 1 defense. So the Cavs got the worst defense. They got the 22.
But this ain't really even about the Cavs where I'm bringing up all this stuff. This is about San Antonio.
They got a better defense.
San Antonio is a big team. If you get physical, which everybody's seen that last year, you get physical with them in the playoffs where, like you said, the refs call it differently than what they've been doing all year.
Last year, the Spurs lost to the Thunder, and they had Tim Duncan still. Now they got Paul Gasol, who is worse on defense. So now the Spurs have a worse defense. And then I found a statistic the other day that Kawhi Leonard, even though he's the best defensive player in the league, for real, when he's off the court, the Spurs defense gets better. Because he's able to gamble and all that. It's not paying off this year, except for his individual statistics. But on the advanced statistics, he kind of hurting their defense, plus Paul Gasol back there. And then Lamar, like you said, they a big team. That's going to hurt when it comes to the mismatches of spreading the court out and shooting threes. So that's going to elevate. And then the Spurs got to get there. They going to have to get past Houston. Another team that's going to have to spread them out and shoot.
So, and then, wait a minute. Even though, and this is what I want to see. I want to see OKC versus Golden State. But it ain't going to happen unless Golden State when they, who OKC going to end up having to play right now?
It just clinched last night, OKC versus Houston. Yeah, so what will have to happen? The Warriors gonna beat Portland, and then OKC will have to beat Houston, and then it can happen. The Spurs gonna play Memphis, and they will have to play the winner of Utah and the Clippers. And I got
the Spurs right now. As of right now, the Spurs will have an easier road.
Spurs got the easiest road because of Memphis going out, and then the biggest challenge will have to be the winner of the Utah Clippers series with Utah, because I'm not sure. Is it like football? The number 1 team play the lowest seed, because if
one play 8,
so it all depends on if OKC win. If OKC win, no, I'm talking about in the second round, because if OKC
one play 4,
but OKC would be the lowest seed left.
But okay, it depends on what. So OKC would be a 5. So it's the 4-5 game.
No,
that's who will play 1.
No, this is what I'm saying. The 1 versus 8 plays the winner of the
4-5 game,
and that would be Clippers or Utah. But what if OKC upsets Houston? Now they the 6th seed. Would they get to play Golden State now, since they really the true low seed, or do they keep it with the bracket?
They keep it in the bracket.
Okay. So it'll be interesting if OKC could pull an upset.
Yeah,
they will have
to see.
They could even give the Spurs another challenge, because they got the team built to play the Spurs with the big man. It'll be an even paced game, but Coach Pop will probably out coach them. So, but I do think it would be the Spurs versus Warriors, but I don't see the Spurs. I just don't see them. They don't got enough firepower with KD being back. And then now the Warriors clicking. Steph, he motivated. He playing lights out basketball. Clay just hit 40 last week, and nobody noticed. So he
feel disrespected.
Yeah, he felt disrespected again. That's not good. That's how he got unanimous. And then now KD back, and he feel disrespected. So it's just the Warriors clicking at the right time. That's all. I still gonna stick with my preseason predictions because everything kind of played out like it was supposed to.
Man, didn't nobody expect them injuries though.
Heck yeah, no, but it kind of was a gift. It was a gift. So the only other thing I got left is for the old school conversation with the top 10 centers of all time with the power forwards. I got first you got to go with Kareem. Then you go
as number one.
Number one, Kareem. Number two, Bill Russell. Number three is Wilt. Number four was another center. Because Shaq was 5. Number 4 was... Damn, who I have number 4 at top? Yeah.
Moses Malone?
No, Moses Malone didn't make the list. He was number 11.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I had...
Top 10 power forwards of center. You got to have Dirk on there.
Dirk was number 7. Karl Malone was number 6. Charles Barkley was number 9. And I think KG was 10. So the Dream was right behind Tim Duncan. It was 4, 5, and 6 was Shaq, Tim Duncan, and the Dream. And
in that order?
Yeah, I got Shaq better.
Now, okay. Here's something that a lot of people that if they ain't live it ain't gonna know. The Dream owned Shaq.
No, he didn't. It was a good ass series. They won the series, but he didn't own it.
He used to make him look stupid though. Ain't nobody used to make him look stupid. Shaq could not hold Hakeem. Period.
Shaq could not hold him, but if you call not holding him only averaging 30, while Shaq averaged 26, and he was only in his 4th year or younger, not being able to hold him, I'll take that. He was a step behind him, but he wasn't the reason they lost the series. It was the whole team. No. But Shaq was the only... Shaq was the only person that performed. And Kareem, I mean, the Dream only averaged 4 more points than him. So it was still close, and he wasn't
in about that whole year. I'm just talking about that whole year when they met in the regular season. Remember they used to have them Dream Cups, Dream versus Shaq.
Because they was
hyping up everything.
Because they were supposed to play in a pay-per-view.
Win.
No, he was in his 4th year, and he was barely.
The Dream was what, in like his 10th?
He was a vet. He was a seasoned vet. Why?
He was like in his 10th year.
But look, Shaq was he got in his prime in 2000. It wouldn't have been the same. Prime versus prime, Shaq is better than Dream. But it's just that the Dream got him the best of him a little bit when he was he schooled the young one. But Shaq still dropped 28 on him. He had one game in the finals where I think he got 40. So I don't know. It's like the Shaq was young. So you gotta take that into account. And then Shaq still got 4 rings to the Dream's 2. So I understand skill wise. And then the Dream got that Defensive Player of the Year and MVP the same season. That's one of the greatest seasons ever.
Has Shaq ever got a Defensive Player of the Year?
No, but he got 4 rings. That's the difference.
I know, but that's just something right there that I can like. If you wanna say something about Shaq, he's not better than the Dream.
Yes, he is.
He's the most dominant player of all time.
How does that make you not the better than the Dream then? So that's what I'm saying. On most lists across the board, Shaq would be on the top 10, while the Dream got to fight for number 10. It's like it all depends on your.
That's popular. That's popular vote.
No, that's not
why
popular.
I said ain't nobody gonna understand what I'm saying unless they was able to see the Dream play.
Most people, that was that year he was better than him. His career. That's what we talking about. So you gotta weigh in everything. Your awards, your skill, and your championships. So by 4 championships to 2,
Didn't Hakeem win a NCAA championship too?
I believe he lost.
I think he won the year before. I think they were trying to go back to back.
Yeah, and it was like,
Yeah, they were trying to go back to back, and because that was a 5-time Gemma.
it's not, that ain't the popular opinion. It's just the right opinion that Shaq is better than the Dream.
I like that.
I'm sorry.
I was just arguing, but that's something that you cannot just say. And then here's somebody that they always forget about too when we want to talk about big man. He didn't play long, but David Robinson. David Robinson had a short career.
He was on an honorable mention. I think he did make it. No, I think him and Patrick Ewing.
Put a 50.
Him and I can't pull up my list right now.
Ain't no big man put up 50.
Yeah, except Will.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and Shaq.
When Shaq put up 50?
On the Clippers. Remember, on his birthday, he hung.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I forgot.
So
I forgot about that. So yeah, if you on a list, Will Chamberlain and Shaq.
So basically, look at it. This is what happened. I meshed the top 5 power forwards and top 5 centers. Top 5 centers is Wilt. I'm sorry. I got to put it in order. Kareem, Bill Russell, Wilt, Shaq, the Dream. Top 5 power forwards: Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Dirk, Barkley, KG. But
Okay. Wait a minute. Because I got to discuss that power forward list. Is KG not better than Barkley?
It's barely KG. It's hard because Barkley only got
because of Barkley's MVP. That's where I would have to give it to Barkley. But KG got rings.
Right. So that's why it's very tough. But when it comes down to
KG got Defensive Player of the Year.
Right.
I don't know if Barkley got one of them. I don't think he do.
I think KG is better than Barkley, easy. I think you got to say KG better than Barkley. I'm not sure if that was the way I listed it, but I know them the 5 people. But yeah, I would have to say Dirk and KG better than Barkley to me. Dirk, KG.
And then, wait a minute, there was another name in there.
Malone. Karl Malone. I really want him to be better than Tim Duncan, but it's the 5 rings, and I got to be fair.
That's where I was about to go, because truthfully, in the same regard that I just said that Hakeem used to school Shaq, Karl Malone used to school Tim Duncan as an old man.
Yeah, they did. And then somebody tried to argue me that Hakeem is better than the Shaq and the Dream I said Hakeem is better than Shaq and Karl Malone because Shaq couldn't beat Hakeem, and then Shaq couldn't beat Duncan, and then he needed Karl Malone to beat him, and then they still lost in the finals. And I was like, no.
But that's how you. But that's what I'm saying. Where Tim Duncan can't really be considered better than Karl Malone because if the Lakers is just like, all right, we need to beat this nigga, and they went and got his stopper.
Right. Exactly.
He was still doing him at that age. He was like 37.
Karl Malone did him in. And, yeah, that's a good point. Karl Malone definitely better than Tim Duncan skill-wise to me. But the team success...
But as far as this, if you want to go to numbers...